Let me take this moment to reintroduce myself. I am the Gothic Rose, hostess of the Dark Entertainment Network. This is a channel where the news meets conspiracy theories and makes babies in my brain, and it comes out my mouth. I do this because I enjoy it. If you like this type of content, please follow along, because I'm not going to stop. This is the newly renamed segment, Hot Mess of Hollywood, because I could not do this in 3 minutes. It was too much pressure. And I just want to show you guys, I have talked my microphone to death. It is broken. It has broken in half. So I've got to fix it or get a new one or something. So that is what's happening here today. But let's get to the hot mess of Hollywood. Oh, one more thing, ladies. There is a red lipstick movement going on. Red lipstick for freedom, for the revolution. So I am wearing Besame Cosmetics 1946 red velvet. I felt it was very apropos. Now let's talk more about the hot mess of Hollywood, starting with the Grammys. Well, let's start with the explosive news, the stunt pulled by Kanye West and Bianca Censori, who showed up on the red carpet. Kanye was dressed in all black and he was wearing sunglasses. And Bianca Censori had her hair pulled back, her makeup was perfect, and she was wearing a fur coat. And I don't know about you, but I felt like something was up, because when she walked, the lower portion of her coat opened up and she flashed everyone. And then, in what looked like some sort of command or so from Kanye West, he spoke to her. She looked up at him and smiled and seemed to say, "All right," which is when she turned her back to the cameras and started to slowly remove her coat, revealing her nude body, which she then turned around and revealed the front portion of her nude body. Now, word had it, I haven't seen anything in the blinds, but word had it that they were escorted off the red carpet and away from the Grammys. And Don Lemon, who was at the Grammys, said that both Bianca and Kanye were not inside after the incident. And don't forget their incident in Venice, Italy, on a gondola. That very indecent incident. Bianca, blink twice if you need help, girl. I'm wearing the red lipstick for you. I just think it's such an incredible disrespect on the part of Kanye West, but that is just my opinion. The Grammys were yesterday, and Taylor Swift did not win anything, but she did present the Best Country Album, and the winner was Cowboy Carter, Beyonce, and she looked genuinely surprised. She looked genuinely shocked. Then, Jay-Z walked up to her, said something to her, hugged her. She hugged her daughter. People are saying that Jay-Z said he bought the award for her. I mean, he was bitching that she has never won Best Album or Album of the Year. I mean, I'm happy for her. She put a lot into it. And it was just, I wasn't surprised. I don't know if other people were, but I was not. But I have to tell you guys that at one point, many years ago, I inadvertently was in the same room with Beyonce. Even just her name, Beyonce, it just shines. Like, she just draws attention to herself. So here's how it went down. So I was shopping and I was in the city and I was on Fifth Avenue, Bergdorf Goodman's, walking around the shoe department, when all of a sudden it seemed like the whole store got quiet and you heard like all of these whispers, and you go over there and do this, and I look up to where everyone's attention was focusing, and there was Beyonce. This is when she was part of Destiny's Child, but she was the absolute most stunningly beautiful woman I have ever seen in person. And from what I saw, she was very kind to everyone that worked there. She was looking for her personal shopper who was not there. Many celebrities use the same shopper. They just know their taste. It's easy for them. They will, find exactly what they need. So she was looking for her shopper who was not there, who I believe ended up coming in to meet her. But I saw a very lovely person who everyone was very happy to, just kind of help her out and give her what she needed. But I was in the same room with her. She's beautiful and literally like a magnet for attention. It's just part of her baseline. So back to Taylor Swift, who also just has a knack for being a magnetic personality that everyone gravitates toward, did show off her kindness yet again when Cynthia Erivo, the star from Wicked, could not find her table. So Taylor waved her over and let her share a chair with her, and they had a really sweet moment, and they recreated the viral holding space meme from Cynthia's press tour with Ariana Grande. So I think Taylor is very, very down to earth. Now, what I've been talking about is the fact that last year at the Super Bowl, Blake Lively joined Taylor Swift for the game in the suite. Now, of course, Taylor Swift is going back, and if you've seen my blind items, the fix was in for the Kansas City Chiefs, according to what the blinds say, because of all of the attention brought from Taylor Swift, the money, the ratings, the whole deal. It is what it is. But again, she's got that power. She's got that magnetic personality. Now, I did hear that Blake Lively was the one who was putting it out there that she would be in the box this year with Taylor Swift again. And that's coming up this weekend. I don't think that's happening according to what I just read. And that is from my trusty source here that always seems to never fail me, honestly. And it says this A-minus list actress wanted to attend the big game with her very popular friend this weekend. The friend said no. A crack in the friendship, or because it would have been a distraction. And that, of course, is allegedly Blake Lively and Taylor Swift. I knew that Taylor Swift was not going to have Blake Lively show up. I believe that Taylor's image is way too important to her, and she does come across as a very kind person, unless you've crossed her. But again, don't mistake kindness for weakness, especially in women. So back to Taylor Swift, who also just has a knack for being a magnetic personality that everyone gravitates toward, did show off her kindness yet again when Cynthia Erivo, the star from Wicked, could not find her table. So Taylor waved her over and let her share a chair with her, and they had a really sweet moment, and they recreated the viral holding space meme from Cynthia's press tour with Ariana Grande. So I think Taylor is very, very down to earth. Now, what I've been talking about is the fact that last year at the Super Bowl, Blake Lively joined Taylor Swift for the game in the suite. Now, of course, Taylor Swift is going back, and if you've seen my blind items, the fix was in for the Kansas City Chiefs, according to what the blinds say, because of all of the. And this Taylor Swift Blake Lively crack in the friendship is all coming from the fact that Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds played this complaint slash lawsuit all wrong, because Justin Baldoni has brought the receipts. The website is up. Everything is there. We can go over it piece by piece. You guys can go and check it out for yourselves. Mention to me what you find odd about the whole thing. I find the entire lawsuit from Blake Lively's side to be ridiculous. I was team no one, but I had a weird feeling about this complaint with Blake Lively simply because it overshadows domestic violence. And that is what the movie is supposed to be about. And the second that you overshadow domestic violence with harassment and then crumble a whole story that was far more important than another silly little feather in the cap of the Me Too movement that I believe has jumped the shark because everyone is using for every little transgression when it's supposed to be literally for women who have safe words and escape routes and hide in closets and hide in basements and have to cover up bruises. That's what I thought it was for, but it became Hollywoodized. And now, much like Amber Heard writing that op ed against Johnny Depp and him having to step forward and sue everyone, Justin Baldoni had to step in and he's put up this website, which I think is pretty brilliant. So let's see if this does now get dismissed as Blake and Ryan want, but I think that it's silly to even ask. You guys opened the can of worms. You did. So whatever happens, happens now. But I thank you for joining me for this hot mess of Hollywood in the den.